welcome back to my channel. Do you want to learn how to make this really cool, adorable little pop-up Easter egg chick? Then go ahead and grab yourself a piece of paper, something to erase any mistakes with, a writing or drawing utensil, and a marker to outline with. Don't forget your crayons or anything to color your activity with, and let's get doodling. Ready to make our pop-up chick. So the first thing you're going to need is your paper, and we are going to turn our paper horizontally so that way it is shorter and wider, and we are going to turn it this way so we can create our fold out. So we are going to take the left side and we are going to fold it over to the right. Match up your corners, match up your side, make sure it's nice and even because that will alter your doodle if you end up having it slightly crooked. Push down that crease. You can go over my dogs. You can go over that crease with your nail or with your pencil or something to help make that fold nice and flat. And then you end up with a book. And you're going to now take this end of the front cover and we are going to fold that open, line up your corners again, and crease down. And again, you can use the side of a pencil, you can use your nail, you can use anything to help create a nice flat crease. So now I'm going to turn my paper so that way the bouncy part, the part that we have folded, is at the top, and the half of the open part of the book is still sitting at the bottom. So now we have this nice folded, ready to pop up paper. So I am going to grab my marker that I'm going to use to create my drawing, and I am going to come down here at the very bottom and I want to create just some grass. So I'm just going to kind of puff all around here with some little zigzags, some crazy little lines. I just want it to look like maybe some tall grass, and I just want to create a small section here at the bottom. Now, with my paper pushed closed, I want to create an egg. So I'm going to come all the way around and down with that oval look. So that way it looks like there's just an egg kind of popping up out of the grass. Turn your paper however you need to create that egg shape. Remember, wider at the bottom, pointier at the top. And once you have your egg drawn in, make sure that your lines are matching up very well on that bottom where the crease is. It's kind of hard to draw, and you come down that bump, and sometimes it kind of can move or shift. So what I am going to do now is I am going to open up my paper. So now I have this big area. I want to come down here. I want to keep that line going down into the open space past this crease, because what I want is for it to fold and look like one egg, but when it opens I want it to look like a broken egg with a chick popping out. So I need to expand these lines to give me room to create those ridges for the broken egg. So up here it's pretty easy. I have that line and I know I can't go past that line, so I can go through and create my zigzags for my broken shell in that space. But when I'm down here, I don't really know where my bottom is. So I highly recommend that you fold it shut, take a pencil and just lightly draw a little line across that crease, open it back up, and now you have this really light little line, and I know I can't go below that line. So now I can add my jagged parts of my shell, and then I can go back in and erase that line. Or if I drew in pencil, if I'm drawing my picture in pencil, then I can just make sure I don't trace over that line. So now I have a broken open shell or egg, and when I close it I have a nice perfectly closed egg. So I'm going to reopen that egg, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in my little chick. So I'm going to come from the bottom inside of this egg, and I'm going to curve up, and I'm going to stop. I want to leave a little opening there, so then I'm going to skip and I'm going to come down on the other side. And I just don't want to go as far out as the eggshell. I want to be inward a little bit. You can even bring it in a little more, make your egg a little wider. It's entirely up to you. At the top of my chick, I'm going to give him just some feathers. So I'm going to do a couple little curved lines here. So it looks like he's got maybe some little baby feathers up at the top of his head. On the side, I'm going to go ahead and hand him some wings. I'm going to do kind of like a W shape, maybe even put one up so it looks like maybe he's waving at us. And then he needs a little beak, so a triangle pointed down. And he needs some eyes. So I'm going to go on each side of his beak, and I'm going to give him eyes with one small circle for the shine mark. And then just add a little extra because I want him to look like he's kind of popping out of his shell. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple little lines coming up so it looks like maybe he just boop, popped up out of his shell. I'm going to add another line in the back here of grass. So I'm going to just add a couple more of those jagged edges. And I don't want to be even with my line for my egg. And now I can shut. You don't see my grass. And maybe I want to add another row in here. It's up to you. With my egg shut, I'm going to add some dots to my egg shell. So I'm going to go through and add some polka dots. So maybe it looks like a decorated Easter egg. Now right here where my crease is, if I'm going to draw a circle there, I have to open my egg and finish my lines. And I have to remember when I color to make these both the same color, so when he is closed, that makes sense. So now I am going to add, let me see, I'm going to keep it closed. I think I'm going to add one more here and maybe one more here. I might add a little bit one right here. So there is my egg. Now the only problem I am going to have is when I open this grass line that pops in there is going to all be nice and green. But when I close it, it covers up my grass line. So I will end up having half green, half blue, and I don't want that. So I am going to come just above this line and I'm going to create some grass. That way my green line makes sense. You can also just move your green line down lower so that's all blue. But I am just going to have a whole lot of green grass in mine, and that way it gives a little contrast to the color of my adorable little chick. So let's go ahead and get coloring. Remember, if you like to use a marker, grab your markers. If you like to use crayon, watercolor, or any other kind of medium, grab whatever works for you, and let's get coloring our adorable Popup Chick. Look at how cute my little pop-up chick turned out. I hope that you enjoyed drawing this adorable little Easter craft. And I hope that you had fun making your chick your very own. I hope that you have a lot of fun popping him up. Make some for other people. Come through and make something else pop out of your egg. You can go ahead and create these however you would like. Maybe instead of a chick, you have a bunny or a lamb or something else Easter related popping up. But I hope that you had a great time drawing this adorable pop-up activity, and I cannot wait to see you again. Please don't forget to like and subscribe these videos, and until next time, happy doodles!